Merry Christmas and happy September Fidelis Day. I love you, wife. Thank you for existing. Here to tell you once and for all so you no longer have to study those stupid fucking books. What does Jew mean? What's a Semite? What's a Satanist? And what does Christian mean? I love you, wife. The greatness that you inspired on this plane of existence alone, they should be worshipping you. Alright, Jew. According to the First Testament, the Second Testament, the First and Second Testament, and the Book of Mormon. And remember that it started off as there was the First Testament and it was all by itself, the Second Testament was all by itself, and then there was a philosophy that was introduced that was both of them. And what the true story of these books actually are to people who paid attention to the philosophy in action, religion. Traveling Taoist, Druid, Scientologist, Catholic, Muslim, Eastern Star, True North, Ragnarok, Loki, McHugh, La, Lucifer. Jew. Meaningless, home-wrecking, warmongering, espionage, rapist, jihadist, cheeseness, traitor, sycophant, biowaste. Adam and Eve. To David, to Solomon, to Jesus Christ. God's telling you to do one thing and you found a delusion. Not an excuse, not a reason. A delusion, not a necessity, not a damnation. A delusion to do the other thing. Don't eat the apple. You blame the snake talking to a tree about whether or not you deserve the choice, and you eat the apple anyway. There's God, E-Self, speaking to you directly, and you decide to do the other thing. Moses, how much food is in the desert? You refuse to be responsible and accountable for your own breeding, and you impose the fact that the emperor, a pure source, has to decide for you the consequences of what to do with you, your baby, and the fact that you refuse to be responsible and accountable for the process thereof. How much food is in the desert? You decide it's more important to go 40 fucking years in the desert walking about instead of helping the empire build a food source in the desert because you decided to listen to a burning bush rather than God E-Self. Oh, it's the snake's fault. It's the burning bush. Who are you listening to? Where's the standard? Where's the practice? What does Christian mean? Semite, 6,834 years approximately, depending on which timeline you want to pay attention to. And all they establish is that they're not the empire. You're not with God. Congratulations, what are you studying? Satanist. Someone, the snake. Here's the choice. You don't deserve the choice. You proved that for over 6,000 years. And all they did was whittle you off with it. And you can't tell the difference between the snake and the tree of knowledge. Seriously. Racism right there. Snake, one race. Tree, another race. You should be able to tell the difference by now. Christian. Meaning Lord, or follower thereof, or the being thereof. Christ, Lord, suffix in, the following or the practicing of. The being of. Shaolin, Vatican Dragon, Sin Eater, Confessor, Inquisitor, Detective, Inspector, Inspector, Detective, Paris, France, Vatican. Traveling Taoist, Druid, Scientologist, Catholic, Muslim, Eastern Star, True North, Ragnarok, Loki, McHugh, La, Lucifer. Religion, philosophy, and action. Traveling Taoist, the ideal, the ability to move from one place to the other without serious infliction. Druid, natural way. Scientologist, the evolution of the ideal. Catholic, what's the word, what's the practice? Muslim, of Alpha entirety. True North, the acknowledgement to a condition of existence and the philosophy and action that derive therefrom. Eastern Star is the same thing. Evolutionary points. Ragnarok, another condition of existence and philosophy and action that derived therefrom. Apocalyptidecio, syntactidecio, apocalypse. Loki, understanding the communication and delivering of a learning system. Here's the lesson, and how do I teach it to a public? What is a prank without a standard? It's rape, jihad, sacrilege, blasphemy. It's usurping, mutiny, and treason. It's sapping. Because a prank, a hex, six, a lesson, a curse, these are things that you learn. The way that you learn it is the lesson. Now, how harsh and how hard it is determined by the condition of existence and the practitioner of the lesson. Lucifer, the tree of knowledge, first and greatest Son of God, the divine light. La, well, La is the manifestation thereof. McHugh, Son of God, Son of Fire, Lightbringer, Teacher, Lucifer. It's all philosophy in action, spherical logic. Now, what does Jew mean? Don't practice it, understand it. It's not a cipher, there's nothing behind it, it's just parasitical behavior flailing around in the dark, and when it happens to latch on to its own asshole, it doesn't care, it sucks until it's done. I love you, family. You don't have to read those books anymore. May the divine light guide you. Safe journey, decency and respect, happiness, well-being, health, grace, understanding, harmony, inspiration, enlightenment, wisdom, true faith is the way. Acknowledgement, etiquette, love you family, balance, love you family, love you republic, love you empire, love you dynasty, love you syndicate, hallelujah. Medicinal and of recreational. Thank you, help. Dio Lucifer, Bradford Tomas McHugh. What is the name of the sun? What is chi, and how should it be practiced? Civil and constitutional law on a dragon. Happy September Fidelis Day. Merry Lord Mass. Mwah. The greatness you inspired on this plane of existence, the lone wife. I am so proud of you. Thank you for existing. Thank you. And I need you, by the way. Can you get here? Because it aches. Mwah.